The Midnight Walk from Moonhood is a first-person folksy horror adventure game with some mild stealth and occasional puzzles. It's playable in VR or on a standard screen and sees you in the role of the mysterious Burnt One, who finds purpose travelling alongside a flaming pot companion, Potboy. This is a quest to reach Moon Mountain, for Potboy to achieve his destiny, but also a collection of loosely connected tales around the themes of fire and darkness. I'm a bit down on the Midnight Walk, but that stems from my feeling that this could have been a genre classic but ended up being just fine. Worth emphasising is how clear it is that it's being created with an artistic vision and immense skill, which lands from the moment you begin. Characters, objects, the world, it was all created by model artists and then scanned for use in the game, and that work has paid off quite spectacularly in the stop-motion-esque playable gothic whimsy you can explore. My issues with it aside, which I'll get to soon, the Midnight Walk is without a doubt a delightful audio-visual experience. Those characters, significant and minor, all play their part in selling this world. The voice work is exceptional, the music tonally spot on for a world so bleak, but with an inkling of hope. Yet I finished the Midnight Walk and felt very little. The conclusion itself actually nails an emotional beat that was touching and unexpected in a way few games manage so sincerely, but the story as a whole just didn't quite do it for me. There's sadness in the game's 5 tales, there's loneliness, grief and regret, but there's also light in the darkness, warmth from the flames, and a handful of made-you-think moments, especially noteworthy in how some of the quote-unquote monsters are dealt with. But I wish I felt the same way about this overarching story as I do the key figures, the aforementioned Burnt One, Potboy, and bizarrely a walking house named Housey. These 3 kept me keen to see the story through over the 4 to 5 hours of this relatively brief journey, the rest washing over me despite some strong intentions. As a game, not just a story, the Midnight Walk is rather simple. Fire is a key component in almost all you're asked to do, so you'll be frequently lighting matches to burn candles and using these newly lit fires to navigate paths around some truly hideous monsters. Sound plays its part too, with many of the game's puzzles asking you to close your eyes and listen for answers, just like this. It's something that works absolutely brilliantly, especially if you're wearing headphones and ideally in VR where you do actually close your eyes. This eye-closing mechanic also changes the world of monsters in a way to allow your advancement through an area. In the latter half of the Midnight Walk, the visuals are some of the most captivating I can remember. Stylistically, the imagery through the Midnight Walk is dreamlike, but it's ramped up here with colossal, impossible structures and a vastness that suggests a world that never ends. My eyes were eager to take it all in, but it's at this visual high point that the gameplay starts to feel a little too burnt out. Collect some items to open a locked path, burn some things to open a locked path, burn some things and don't get eaten so you can go down the newly opened path. In VR, some of these criticisms fall away as you need the simplicity to make things manageable, and the sense of scale within the VR world makes the screenshot-worthy environments the kind of thing you sit and gawp at, neck craned. I honestly did have a sore neck the day after playing this. But the VR implementation isn't perfect, with basic actions so much easier when playing with a standard controller on a flat screen. In effect, there's no ideal way to play the Midnight Walk, although I'd steer people towards VR for the added sense of place it brings. At points, the Midnight Walk delivers, but far too often I found myself lamenting the fact that too much of my time was spent hoping for the next perfect bite, wondering when a story beat would hit home, keen to see if a new gameplay mechanic would excite in the way that blinking did. I love Potboy's smiling face though, and he is reason enough to go on this long, dark walk. Do it for him, I think the motivational boards say, and I think you should. So that's what Eurogamer thought of the Midnight Walk, but before I sign off, if you like this video, please do chuck it a like and subscribe to Eurogamer for videos about video games almost every single day. Now, I present to you some early game, uninterrupted gameplay from the Midnight Walk so you can get a feel for it yourself. I'll see you next time, and enjoy.